What is going on YouTube? But Great Blades here, and today I'm going to be reviewing this guy, the Maxace Draco. Let's start with a measurement on the overall size here. This is a big knife, I would say. Looking at, let's see, to the end of the charging handle, looking at about 10.3, 10.2 ounces, right around there. For the blade, looking at about 4.3, and then actual cutting edge, we're looking at about 4.1, 4.2, call it right around there. Do a size comparison with the QSP Penguin and the Demco 20.5 with original goat scales on it. I'll link them down below in case you want to pick up something from them. So size, with these ones here, obviously very much a large knife, way bigger than both of them. Substantially so compared to the QSP Penguin, and still even so compared to the 20.5. So it is a big knife in terms of length, so could perhaps be more difficult to carry than some other knives. Do a comparison on the thickness compared to the 20.5. It is just ever so, oops, sorry. It is just a little bit thicker. And then compared to the 20.5, they're about the same. Maybe the 20.5 is just a millimeter or two thicker. So in terms of thickness, it's not a very thick knife, but definitely in length, it is quite heavy. Do a measurement on the blade stock thickness. So we're looking at about 150 thousandths or so. So a little bit thicker, but for something like this, that's not awful. It comes down to a reasonable edge. It is still pretty thick behind the edge, but I mean, you're not really buying this thing to be your EDC knife, and for being a slicer, definitely not at all. Let's do a measurement on the weight here. So weight for this one, 5.4 ounces. So realistically, for what you're getting here, over a 10-inch knife, 4-inch blade, I think that's pretty solid. There were multiple versions of this one. This one is aluminum with just a carbon fiber, like a shredder marble carbon inlay. Then they have the more expensive variant, which is a Damascus blade, Damascus button, Damascus inlays on both sides, and then that one was a titanium frame. So that one will probably be quite a bit heavier, but even so, again, like I said, you're not really buying this for your everyday carry. It's more just kind of a collector's piece, or just something kind of fun to have. I did want to compare it, though, to, in terms of size, to the Maxace Neptune, which is also, I would still say, a full-size knife, especially for a OTF. And then I also wanted to compare it to something like the Microtech Ultratech. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, even the Neptune is bigger than something like an Ultratech, but it is still, the Draco is still bigger than even something like the Neptune, even with that glass breaker on it and the glass breaker on the Ultratech. So it's definitely a big boy. It is a large OTF, definitely, to say the least. Let's see what else here. So the blade is, if you can see here, M390. Definitely a chunk of M390. This one is the Tonto blade. At the moment, I don't believe they had dagger grinds or anything like that for it, but maybe in the future they'll do another run of these with some different blade shapes. But this is compound ground Tanto, more of a traditional kind of Japanese style Tanto, not quite an American Tanto, which is something like on the Ultratech here, much more sharp angle there. This one's a little more rounded. But yeah, no, I think this knife is really just beautiful. I mean, the stonewash on there is really nice too, and the Damascus version is also very beautiful. Just a little expensive for what I wanted anyways. But this is my first single action OTF. So if you saw there, the other ones I had on screen, the Ultratech and the Neptune, there's just the switch on the top to push the blade forward and out. This is a single action, so you just push the button down, and that will launch it. It also does kind of have a little safety switch there, if you see. So you're kind of pulling down on that, and then this portion will push in. It's hard to capture on camera, but when you pull down on that piece, then it sinks in and you'll push it. So then that'll launch the blade, and then to retract it, you have to pull on it right here. And with that, the single action is a much more powerful action for that. As far as I'm aware, kind of the main difference between single action and double action OTFs is that single actions are always under tension from the spring in there. That's why you have to kind of cock it, load it, you know. That puts the spring in tension. So this is always under tension. And then when you push the button, it obviously relieves that tension. Versus the double actions, this is not under tension right now at all. And then you put tension in it here, and then it relieves the tension. Now it's not under tension either, and then you pull it back. So that's one main difference between that. And then, like I said, yeah, that's obviously going to result in a stronger action, because this is always under tension, and they usually use bigger and stronger springs for this. What else can I say about this? I mean, the button is titanium. That's one thing on here. The rest of it, the frame is aluminum, but the button is titanium. This is Maxace's first, as far as I'm aware of. I don't think they've made anything previously. That was a single action OTF, and I know a lot of people see this and they kind of immediately think that it's a clone or a counterfeit or a copy of something like the Microtech Halos and things like that. And while I'll definitely say it's inspired by them, nothing on here is exactly line for line, you know, exactly the same. And I haven't taken it apart, and I probably won't unless I really, really need to, but I don't think the internals of how it operates or anything like that is exactly the same. I mean, they'll have some of the same components because it's still, at the end of the day, a single action OTF. But in terms of actual copy or anything like that. It's not. It's different. There are some aspects that are similar again, but again, end of the day, it is something different, and they have their own branding on it. Actually, there's no branding on this. I didn't notice that. It's just on the handle here, the charging handle. But it's not like they're calling it, you know, a Halo or anything like that. So it is different. But if that's something that you don't like, then don't buy the knife. That's okay. And of course, it's also made in China because it's made by Maxace. So that's something as well that some people don't like. So if that's something that bothers you, then again, obviously don't buy it. The other thing, this does not have a pocket clip, and I'm not sure if this was sent out to everybody, but when I got mine, they included in like a separate package that actually came first before the knife, a gift. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second here. They had also included like a free gift and like a separate pouch here. Came with just 2 patches. I think this is the capsule model that they have. That was cool. But then it also came with this leather like slip pouch for the knife here. And there's no clip on it, obviously. You just use it as like a leather slip, but it does fit the knife, depending which direction you want to use it. But I'd probably do it like this. And then you would just slip this in your pocket, and it would sit in there, and you carry it like that. Or, of course, if you don't want to do that, you can just carry it in your pocket. I have before, before I just wanted to test it out, but it's definitely not the most comfortable thing to carry it that way, but it is still fine, and definitely appreciate that they sent you that free of charge. Like I said, though, I'm not sure if everyone else had that. I haven't watched any other reviews, actually, on the Draco, but maybe... So I usually probably wouldn't recommend this, but, you know, it's not uncommon knowledge, but Maxace, you know, they have their website, you know, which I can link below as well, but they also have an AliExpress store. And now, of course, when people think of AliExpress, most of the time they think pretty negatively of it, and that can definitely be true. You know, there's a lot of clones on there, and I won't get into that. But if you're specifically looking for like some of the Chinese brands, you know, Kaiser, Concept, Maxace, some of the other ones that are eluding me right now. But if you're looking for some of those ones, sometimes you can find pretty good deals on them on AliExpress. So I'm not going to link anything like that, but you know, if you know what you're doing and you know how to find it, you can definitely find some good deals. Because on Maxace's website, of course, you know, shipping and taxes and things like that are going to be a little bit different for everyone depending where you live, but they were selling this for $288 plus, again, shipping and taxes, so it came out to a little over $300 for me with all of that, taxes and shipping, to me, through Maxace's official website, but then through their AliExpress store, with like coupons and things, which they often do, and usually the shipping's free and stuff like that. I actually ended up paying like $285, I think, so technically even less than the retail was with shipping, coupons, and things like that. So sometimes you can get, you know, it's only like $30, but I mean, you know, depending on the knife and what you're buying, you know, it adds up, and it's nice, you know, to get it for a little bit cheaper. So I think maybe that's why they had sent this along with it, because I ordered it through the AliExpress store. Because, like I said, I haven't watched any others, but I don't think I recall seeing anyone else talk about the leather slip and things like that. So, you know, kind of nice, at least in that way. But I don't think I have too much else to really say about this knife. I mean, it's my first single action. I really like it. I think the price is great. I hope they make more single actions and different blade shapes and different materials and things like that, different colors. I think that'd be really cool. I will say I am almost a little tempted to send this in somewhere and, or I should say to someone, and maybe change out the carbon fiber scales. Not that I don't like them, but I think a colored carbon fiber could make the contrast on this really nice, so I might do that. I'd have to see. I know there's a couple people who could do it, but I'd have to see what kind of price that might be, you know. But that could be something kind of cool too. Maybe have the little overlay carbon fiber swapped out. But anyways, I don't think I have too much more to say about this. Let me know, you know, what you guys think of the Maxace Draco. What do you guys think about single action OTFs? Do you plan on picking one up in the future? Like I said, they also have the Damascus and Damascus inlay one, which is also really cool. So let me know what you guys think. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.